D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this story, and you can read those and, come up with your own thing, or you can just watch this video where I break them all down and everything for you. And then, yeah. So before I get started, though, I want to say sorry this one's late. The area I'm in had a power outage, so I couldn't record earlier, so it's a little bit later than usual. Second off, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get pushed to the back of the line. So I please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So why don't we go ahead and get started? Okay, so for my first story this week, it looks like Blumhouse Television has snagged the rights to Stephen King's novel Later. Now, I'll get into that, what Later is all about in just a little bit, but it's one of his novels. This will be a limited series, and it will star Lucy Liu. Now, if you don't know who Lucy Liu is, you're crazy, for one. For two, she was in Charlie's Angels, Kill Bill, and then recently she was the co-star of Elementary on CBS, where it was kind of like a take on Watson and Sherlock Holmes. And then she's also going to be starring in the upcoming Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods. Now, this will be created, and the pilot has been written by Raelle Tucker. If you don't know her, she worked on True Blood. I personally don't know her work exactly, but True Blood was pretty good for like the first 3 seasons. After that, it kind of went downhill from there. Now, what is Later about? It centers around Tia, a literary agency owner who has raised her son Jamie alone and finds herself on the brink of professional ruin when her star author client dies before turning out the work that will make her agency financially whole. Jamie has the supernatural ability, that's her son, to talk to the dead, all of whom tell him the truth. This is very helpful when he talks to the dead author and feeds the contents of the book to his mother, who writes it herself and publishes it under the author's name to great success. But this gift can be used for more nefarious purposes. Tia's police detective girlfriend figures out what the boy can do, and soon the youth gets over his head in the spirit world, as Danny Torrance did in King's The Shining. I think that sounds fantastic. I think that I've never read this book before, but now that I've read this synopsis, it sounds interesting, and it's something down my alley. I don't believe in ghosts and stuff like that, but I do like the supernatural and everything. Now, everyone is excited about this, from King to Blumhouse and everything. King said this. He said, "I've wanted to work with Jason Blum for years, and now we have 2 projects together," King said. "Go me." So good for him. I'm happy for him. I think that's really great. The Blumhouse founder CEO responded and said, "I've wanted to work with Stephen King since before I was born, which sounds impossible until you remember that it's Stephen King." Then Tucker, Raelle, is that Raelle? I'm not sure how to say her first name, said, "Later is terrifying and touching and wonderfully weird. Of course it is. Stephen King adapting one of my favorite writers of all time with an incredible partner like Blumhouse and the incomparable Lucy Liu is a dream come true." And like I said, I think this sounds fantastic. I like Lucy Liu personally. I think she's great. And she's so hot. And I think that, Stephen King, he wrote this, really great article, or not article, like this. Yeah, it was like an article. He had this, I think it was in People, don't quote me on that, but he had this, like, it was like a page every issue, and he wrote this great article about the word awesome. And by the end of it, I was just like, Stephen King is very awesome. It was a really good article. I wish maybe I'll find it and put it down below. Anyway, so that is my first story of the day. So for my second story of the day, it looks like Peter Dinklage is throwing a little bit of a hissy fit. Okay, so This Emmy Award-winning Game of Thrones star was on a podcast, Mark Maron's podcast, WTF. Mark Maron's a little overrated in my opinion, but that's besides the point. And he blasted the new film for Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which is a live-action adaptation of the 1937 animated classic. Now, he got on there and he, started talking about, Rachel Ziegler is starring as Snow White. And I've covered all that. I'll leave all that stuff in the iCard section. But Dinklage told Maron, and he said, literally, no offense to anyone, but I was a little taken aback when they were very proud to cast a Latina actress as Snow White. But you're still telling the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And the biggest problem with that sentence right there is dwarves. Peter Dinklage is a little person and he doesn't like that. But here's why. He says, take a step back and look at what you're doing there. It makes no sense to me. You're progressive in one way, but then you're still making that fucking backward story about seven dwarfs living in a cave together. First off, we'll get into it. Living in a cave together. What the fuck are you doing, man? Have I done nothing to advance the cause from my soapbox? I guess I'm not loud enough. Dinklage is not involved with the Disney project as of now. Now, I just want to go back a little bit. So he said, you're telling the story of seven dwarves living in a cave together. First off, they don't live in a cave. They live in a house. They work in a cave because they're miners. If you knew anything about dwarves from fantasy, dwarves live in they do live in underground cities, and so like in Lord of the Rings, they live in underground cities, but they mine those cities and they get precious gems and stuff. These dwarves happen to live in a cottage in the woods. If you ever took the time to watch the movie, you've got kids, try watching it once. It's actually pretty fun. And then he goes on to say, what the fuck are you doing, man? Have I done nothing to advance the cause from my soapbox? No, you have. Nobody is out here saying don't hire little people because we don't like little people. That's not how it is. Okay. And if you think that, you're insane. People, you just like he got cast in X-Men Days of Future Past as oh gosh, I don't remember his name. In the comic books, that character is not a little person, but he got cast. And yes, it probably was because he was Peter Dinklage. But I just want to, and the little people community is not happy with him because he is now losing them out on work. Now, Disney came out to say this, and they said to avoid reinforcing stereotypes, which I don't know what stereotypes they're reinforcing. What, do a lot of little people work in mines, in the coal mines here in America? That's a thing I've never heard of, but okay, let's do this. From the original animated film, what stereotypes are they reinforcing from that animated movie? What, that they're happy and hard workers? Get the fuck out of here, Peter Dinklage and Disney. Gosh, I hope. Yeah. Anyways, we are taking a different approach with these seven characters and have been consulting the members of the dwarfism community. I don't know why you're taking a different approach. Now, if you're taking a different approach like they did in Snow White and the Huntsman, which I say they hired little people in that movie, and I say fine, don't hire little people, because yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. So let me finish what they said, and then I'll go on to talk about this. We look forward to sharing more as the film heads into production after a lengthy development period, a Disney spokesperson said in the statement to the Hollywood Reporter. Now, I just want to go on real quick with my thought beforehand. I just wanted to read the thing. Okay, so there's two things here. One, he wants a job. This is him putting in his resume. He's saying, Disney, hire me. And I hate when these progressive activist actors do this crap. They're all like, oh, you don't have enough of this in this movie, and they just happen to be that. There's not going to be somebody in here that looks like me. Yeah. That means you want the job. So Peter Dinklage is begging for a job. And that's right, beg. And then two, okay, Disney princess movies are popular. And because it's popular and well-known and beloved, it must be destroyed. That's all this is about. It's about power and control. That's it. They can't create anything that's interesting, so they will take it and wreck it so that no one will like it anymore, while also wanting to be a part of the thing that's being liked. That may not always be the conscious intent, but the intention is always there. And I know it sounds contradictory, but that's how these people work. I mean, they think about how you see them doing all these self-insert characters. It's not enough for them to add themselves into the story and make those characters the bestest ever. It's also, you're supposed to like these characters. I mean, they're like, look how much they flip out when these characters don't go over well. I mean, why would you care if no one liked the character of it if it weren't just about representation? Because it's not. It's about power and control. They want to be the beloved dictator, and they swear they'll be beloved. They swear it, and they're not. Peter Dinklage is just throwing a huge hissy fit because he didn't get hired, and that's what he's doing right now. He's playing, the long game to get hired. And for me personally, it's just whining. And you know what I say? Don't hire him. Don't hire any little people. Hire, like they did in Snow White and the Huntsman, hire regular sized people. And then when anybody complains about it, be like, listen, Peter Dinklage doesn't want us to tell that story. And they talked about how these creatures were going to be magical and everything. And I go, get out of here. Dwarves are already magical. If you knew anything about fantasy, you assholes, you would know that dwarves are already magical. The fact that they dig it underground, I mean, you look at them as coal miners, but they're not. They're magical creatures. And you're so stupid. Peter Dinklage is a big idiot. He's a big moron. He knows nothing, Jon Snow. So I say don't hire little people. I say hire regular sized people and just do the forced perspective, or do like they did in Snow White and the Huntsman, where they weren't in the shots with the other regular sized people. And if anybody's bitches about it, be like, listen, you bitched here and then we didn't do it and you bitched anyway. So you can't please these people. And it's getting to the point where it's so goddamn ridiculous. Like, I've had enough. And I just go, you know what, Peter Dinklage, fine, get up on your soapbox. I'm not listening and I don't care. So that is my vent and my second story of the week. So for my third and final story of the week, so it looks like the full itinerary has been revealed for guests staying at Disney World's Star Wars hotel, the Galactic Cruiser. Now, we're going to go over this because, and I had covered this before, but I just want to say right now, this sounds, I said it in another video. I'll leave everything in the iCard section, but I've said it in another video that this sounds to me like a good idea with the whole LARPing thing. And I was personally kind of interested in it as far as the LARPing thing goes, but the price is too much and they scaled back hardcore and everything just looks cheap. And you can't, I won't be able to do it if I wanted to. Okay. So let's bust down this story. So this is the itinerary. So this article, I'm going to read from this article. It says the full itinerary has been revealed. And if you're coming on reservation scheduled for the Galactic Cruiser, you can now see your full itinerary in the Play Disney Parks app. Okay, so come up on this one and you sign in to the cruiser. There's the Hessian, I think it's called. That's its name and everything. And they got a tie-in comic book too. Get out of here with that nonsense. All right, so then you get your data pad, which is it's just either going to be a cell phone or an iPad, which is so good. Okay, so let's get down here. Let's see. Your data pad is currently out of range. You get, okay, so day one. First, we viewed day one in our itinerary, and at the top was the unscheduled lightsaber training. This activity can be automatically scheduled 30 days before your visit. So if you don't see, if you're on your itinerary, you can speak to a crew member to schedule it. Who doesn't want to learn basic lightsaber movements and Jedi philosophy? Not the crap they put out there. Go watch my video where I went through the videos that they did. It looked like crap, okay? So then we noticed unscheduled bridge ops training listed as well, which should be automatically scheduled 30 days before your visit. This activity allows you to operate the bridge of the Halcyon Starcruiser bridge, which just looks like Dave and Buster's for us Americans, but not as cool. So continuing on with that, next on the itinerary for day one is the lunch buffet in the Crown of Corellia dining room from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. 3 hours of eating? That's insane. This is just like a cruise liner. Like, you get on and all you do is drink and eat. But if you're like me and you're an adult and you like to drink, the drinks aren't free. The drinks are not free. You got to pay for your alcohol. The drinks are free if you want a soda. But if you want like an alcoholic beverage like me, you'd have to pay extra for that. They're going to upsell everything on here. You can eat in the dining room or take your food to go. Then you have exploring the Starcruiser from 1:30 to 3:50. That's so long. And you can't do like, anyways, followed by data pad orientation from 2 p.m. to 3:15 p.m. That's an hour and 15 minutes for this data pad operation. A galactic social from 3 to 3:30, and then ship muster from 4 p.m. to 4:30. What's ship muster? That's weird. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but I have no interest in that. like first off, okay, so you get the buffet for 3 hours. Okay, fine. Explore the Starcruiser. What if you take your lunch to go and then you just explore the Starcruiser from, say, 2 p.m. to then 3:50 p.m. and then, or from 4 p.m. and everything, and then you got this data pad operation. Sounds awful. This is, and you're paying $6,000 for this. I would pay $6,000 for this. As one of you said, me and my partner adopted. That's funny. All right, here we go. Ship muster. Okay, what's ship muster? If you're wondering what ship muster is, look at that. We were wondering. You're not alone. This 30-minute event will involve passengers meeting the captain and cruise director to explain everything you need to know about your stay. Meeting captain, successful cruise. Okay, great. Yeah, it's probably just gonna be like, don't go here, don't go here. After the ship muster, it's time for the captain's recession from 4:30 to 5 p.m. So a half hour, which is where passengers can enjoy drinks, snacks, and meet crew members and passengers. Ugh. Okay. Then we go over to next is dinner in the Crown Corellia dining room, because you haven't eaten, from 5:30 to 7 p.m. So you're telling me if you, let's say from 4 if you, let's say you stay lunch till 4 at the buffet, and then you get off at 5:30 to go eat more, how much eating are they expecting? Which is also an evening with Gaia. Ooh, Gaia, a Twi'lek singer who provides guests with a special music show. Oh, I bet that's not going to be that great. That video that they showed was not that great. You remember the lady? She was all like, I want to show you something. It's a galactic pop star that's known throughout the galaxy. And that kid's all like, I just saw a singer. And she's like, that's Gaia. And you're like, get out of here with this stupid nonsense. Okay. After dinner, passengers can take Sabach lessons in the Sublight Lounge from 6:30 to 7. In case you didn't know, Sabach is a card game, and you can even learn to play the variant game, Coruscant Shift. There's also the option for kids to learn a matching game called Bounty Hunter. I wonder what that's going to involve. That sounds way better than Sabach. I have no interest in that. Anyways, then at 7 p.m. to 7:20, this is all on day one, but this does not sound great. Outer Rim Regala, another party, a get together with food and drinks, I bet, where passengers can show off their space outfits or just admire everyone's unique style. After that, the sector set at 8 p.m., which exclusive Hessian Starcruiser game. If you missed the earlier Sabach lessons, you can have another chance at 9. Not interested, Sabach. All right, then you have the Star Show at Bespin, is the last event of day one from 9:45 to 10 p.m. This event will include fireworks and special music from Gaia. You know what that's going to be? That's just going to be a big board with a light show, like a TV. It's going to be a big TV with a light show. That sounds not so much fun. So that's day one. Yay, I guess. All right, now moving on to day two. The first item on day two itinerary is, what is it? Unscheduled Batu transport. Man, okay, which is automatically scheduled 30 days before your visit. What's not scheduled 30 days before your visit? Disney's using you Backspire Outpost and ride Star Wars Rise of the Resistance and the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. I just want to say, though, I just saw a story today where Universal was totally trolling Disney because I guess they've changed. Instead of riding one of those like little buses, that you get shuttled back, like one of those shuttles, if you've ever been on one, I guess they're putting you into like a truck, like a moving truck, which I go, what? It's so crazy. They are really scaling back money-wise. And I go, for this thing, don't scale back the money. Like if this looked amazing, I might actually, take a year, maybe 2, to save up the money to take my whole family and go on this thing. And I would go all out. I'd buy a new costume and everything, all that stuff, but whatever. Anyway, so yeah, let's see. So next up on the schedule is breakfast buffet in the Crown of Corellia dining room from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., along with a grab and go breakfast option in the Spotlight Lounge from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. or a.m. Okay, grab and go breakfast. I'd get the buffet. Always get the buffet. About 2 transports will be available to take passengers to Hollywood Studios between 8 a.m. and they will leave every 15 minutes throughout the time period. A lunch buffet in the Crown Corellia dining room will be open from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., from 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. in the Cantina Chronicles in the Sublight Lounge, a non-alcoholic cocktail tasting with a mixologist. A mixologist? Get out of here. And non-alcoholic. Who wants that? Next up is Droid Racing Tournament sign up from 12:45 p.m. to 1 p.m. This activity lets guests sign up to race a droid in an obstacle course, and this is just the opportunity to sign up. Why are we playing all these games on here? I mean, whatever. After signing up for droid racing, passengers can participate in model ship building from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., which involves assembling and decorating your own model of the Hessian Starcruiser to take home. You can pre-purchase the model kits in the boutique. They're upselling everything. They're charging you for every little thing they can. I go, why don't you give every single person that comes on here a model kit, like for free? Like they get the model kit for free. I don't see why they don't do that. That's insane to me, and I hate it. So then, and they've also got costumes you can buy, which they look all right, but I'm just like, why? I don't know. If you find yourself on Batuu during lunchtime, you can dine at Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo for a complimentary meal back on the Hessian. It's time for the Droid Racing Tournament at 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m., which I just go, you guys suck. Anyways, next up is Sabach Tournament sign up. Again with the Sabach. They really are selling the Sabach. And you know what? You can buy Sabach cards, I'm pretty sure, in their little boutique or whatever they were talking about. So the sign up is from 12:15 to 2:30, followed by Sabach Tournament from 2:30 to 3 o'clock. So the Sabach Tournament is going to be very fast. There's more activities too. You can practice finding creatures during the Loth Cat Crew Porg detection drill. From 2:45 to 3 p.m. Look for stowaway creatures. Oh, I hope you get to kill porg and eat it. I'd eat a porg. From 3:30 to 4 p.m. is the Know Your Co-Pilot game, which challenges passengers by how well they know their partner. Any age or relationship can sign up from. Okay, so that's like the Newlywed Game, but the Star Wars edition. That's weird. I don't want to play all these games. You know, when whatever. When I went on my honeymoon with my wife, it was all inclusive, and we did not play this many games. Like if they were available to us, I didn't participate, and I had a great time. 4:15 to 4:30, the Know Your Co-Pilot winners are announced. Okay. Dinner services is from 5:30 to 7. The Crown Taste Around the Galaxy. It tastes like ass, I bet. This is a 4-course meal, and passengers can see the plants of Mustafar, Felucia, Kashyyyk, and Chandrilla pass by. Okay, cool. Great. Excellent. After dinner, the Hessian Starcruiser celebration display takes place at 9:30 and sweets and treats. It's a late night opportunity to grab drinks and desserts in the Crown Corellia dining room from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Okay, great. That's the second day. Okay, so moving on to day 3. On day 3, the voyage is over. Disembarkation is from, is that a word? It doesn't matter. From 6 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. Before you leave, you can grab breakfast to go from the Spotlight Lounge from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. or eat at breakfast buffet Crown Carillion dining room from 11 or 7 to 10. And then they just like get the fuck out. And that's the full itinerary. Only folks who have reservations for the Starcruiser can view this itinerary in the Disney Play Parks app. We'll keep you posted. Okay, so I think that in all honesty, this sounds a lot like garbage. It sounds like you're not getting your money's worth for what you pay for. You are paying for services that are not good, and I would be mad if this was me. I'd be so mad, just because you're paying so much money for this, and it's nothing. It's gosh, this is garbage. So, all right, you guys, those are my 3 stories for this week. Tell me, you guys, what do you guys think about all of this nonsense? How do you feel about Blumhouse getting the rights to Later and making it into a limited series starring Lucy Liu? I think that the synopsis, it sounds great and very interesting. I'll definitely watch it, especially since it's a limited series. It's probably going to be maybe 13 episodes or whatnot. And I think it sounds great. I can't wait to see it. I love everything involved in this project. How do you feel about Peter Dinklage throwing a big hissy fit about not being in the new Snow White movie, even though they haven't started casting this Seven Dwarfs? And do you think that he is acting like a child, or do you think he's right? I don't see how he could be right. Like, nothing was announced for it yet. Just, that they had cast Gal Gadot and Rachel Ziegler. So I don't know. I think, I've already stated my opinion. I think he's being a child. And then how do you feel about this full itinerary for the Star Wars Galactic Cruiser? I think it sounds like a big waste of money. I really wish that they wouldn't have charge so much. I get it if you're going to charge, cruise liners will charge a lot and everything, but that's different. You're actually going somewhere. For this, you got to pay for a flight to Florida. You got to pay for this hotel, and then you got to pay for all the upcharges that they're going to do and all the little extra things you're going to have to buy. And they're going to send you to that park, the Galaxy's Edge, and you have to pay for stuff there too. You got to buy your own lightsaber, your own droid, all that stuff. And I don't think it sounds like it's worth it. I'm sorry. It sounds like crap, in my opinion. I'm very I don't know. This has got to either be for the uber rich or for people that are really huge Star Wars fans that are just cannot pass up this opportunity. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I ain't got money for this. I'm poor. I ain't got $6,000 just for this dumb hotel. And it sounds like a lot of games. And why would I go to this and play a bunch of games that I don't care about when I can just stay at home and play a bunch of games I don't care about? All right, you guys. So those are my 3 stories. That's my weekend review. Tell me what you guys all. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on my weekend review. You guys have a good week. Bye.
Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my weekend review.